Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Great to have you with us. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. The virus is surging again in Europe. It's freaking Europeans. They're going to cause us trouble again. You know what we ought to do is just close our borders to everybody. Until this pandemic and all the panic over the pandemic is gone, sorry, you just can't come here. Sorry.
I'm okay with that.
And just to be safe, we should just always be in a state of alert and keep those borders locked down tight until further notice.
Yeah, that's right.
Ask us again in a decade.
A surge in coronavirus infections in Western Europe has experts and health authorities on alert for another wave of the pandemic in the United States. Mm-hmm. It's almost impossible to avoid because you got people from Western Europe coming here, right? And they're not going to shut down France and Germany and Spain. People from those countries coming here, they're not going to do that. They should.
Yeah, they should.
Because I'm tired of it. I want to stop the pandemic. I want to stop.
And we're going to let in the Ukrainian refugees without question.
Sure.
So.
Yep.
How about no?
Well, Poland's all full up, so they're closed, and the little countries around them can't handle too many. So of course it falls on us.
Of course.
Again.
Right.
So you want the borders
always
closed because of the pandemic?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were just going to go for just a blanket. Let's just close it.
Let's just close a period.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to that.
Yeah. Okay.
Infectious disease experts are closely watching the sub-variant of Omicron known as BA.2,
Yeah.
which appears to be more transmissible than the original strain BA.1 and is fueling the outbreak overseas.
It's amazing what a virus will do to survive to get around a vaccine.
Sure is. Huh. Sure is.
In theory, I mean.
Yeah, you're right. Germany, a nation of 83 million, saw more than 250,000 new cases, 249 deaths on Friday. And so their health minister, Karl Lauterbach, called the nation's situation critical. The country is allowing most coronavirus restrictions to end on Sunday despite the increase, though. Oh. Britain had a 7-day average of 65,894 cases. Wow, that's more than we have. By a lot. Yeah. That's like double what we have.
It's almost like this thing goes in cycles.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it, though?
I mean, and it started, and I don't want to say this, but like a week ago, right? China locked down a city.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. China.
That's how it always starts.
The Netherlands, home to fewer than 18 million people, was averaging more than 60,000 cases. Okay, that is double our numbers, and we have 323 million people.
Yeah, are we going to get any credit for moving past it here?
And apparently not. No, nobody's doing that. Nobody's saying, hey, we're doing a great job, and we're really shutting it down now.
You'll notice that we had a big outbreak. Herd immunity takes hold, and now we don't have the numbers. That, and we've relaxed our stupid mask and mandates and all this crap.
Right.
But you know who is itching for attention, and he's trying to. He's thirsty, that Dr. Fauci. That's for sure. He wants.
He's still in office.
Wants to be relevant.
Still holding sway with these people.
So can we ditch the masks forever, or are we done with them forever, Dr. Fauci?
We have to be careful that if we do see a surge as a result of that, that we're flexible enough to reinstitute the kinds of interventions that could be necessary to stop an additional surge.
That could mean a return of mandatory masking, especially in areas of high transmission.
I don't think so. No mandatory. Go away. Stay away.
How about no?
Wait, Jeffy picked up on something. You think our boy
what's going on?
Had a fall?
Did he have an injury or something?
I saw a little cut
all
there
over his
too.
Head.
Really?
What's happening?
I did not notice that. The Fauci thing?
Yeah. Let's see.
Where's he got a?
Can you pause that?
Oh,
yeah, he's got. It looks like, and there was another angle that had more scratches and stuff on his forehead.
I
I don't know.
Well, he didn't
What's
fall
going
on
on?
carpet. Maybe that's what happened.
Oh.
In a hotel room, just fell on the carpet.
Because we know how dangerous that could be.
Oh yeah,
That could be devastating to your skull.
Okay, sorry.
Fall
but
on
take that
carpeted-
away. Man, that's
on
too,
a
it's too
carpeted
horrible.
floor.
Yeah,
Dr. Fauci-
You see some
Done.
other stuff on that forehead.
he's-
Something happened.
He's so sad because he's been replaced by another messiah named Zelensky.
Yeah.
That's what's
Oh.
happened. And now he's like, look, pay attention to me. Masks might have to come back. I'm your Lord and Savior, Anthony Fauci.
Right.
Remember me?
He's been replaced by another false idol, which is great. He says that they need more than $22.5 billion for the COVID-19 response.
So do I.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
What would you do with that?
22.5
to help
billion.
out America, Jeffrey?
Well, I tell you what. You can keep the 0.5.
Wow.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
So if we give you the money instead, we'll save $500 million. It's pretty good. That's not bad. All right. In an interview aired on NBC Nightly News, Miguel Almaguer,
Jeffy loves that person.
Miguel is one of my favorites.
Almaguer noted to Fauci that the billions of dollars requested by the White House was a hefty price tag, asking if all that money is really needed. I have to tell you, we need more than that.
Oh,
Fauci
hello.
said. Biden's chief medical advisor said that officials needed adequate funding in order to study possible future variants. We'll not be able to do the kind of research to address the inevitable next variant if we don't get the funding that we're talking about.
That's what he's all about anyway.
Well, stop vaxxing
That's
so many
all
people.
he
and
wants to do.
Maybe you won't have as many variants.
So he wants $22.5 billion. Pelosi is asking for $45 billion more for COVID.
These people, they're insane.
Jeez.
They're just insane.
Ugh, man. And over the top, love and admiration for Zelensky continues. You know, we were just talking about the other idol who has replaced Fauci.
I know you called him a false idol.
Yes, I did. And I stand by that. But people love him, man. And in fact, we know some people who've written some songs for him that are a little over the top and act like he's saving the world.
There's no doubt about that.
Then Bono apparently wrote him a poem and then sent it to, I think, Psaki and Nancy Pelosi.
Oh my goodness! So when she wasn't asking for the $45 billion for COVID, she had time to read Bono poetry. Okay.
Boy, I bet you that was good.
Oh, it checked this out.
So for
Before
St.
I
Patrick's Day, she does
introduce
this.
them, I got this message this morning from Bono. And most of us, we're always, whether we're in Ireland
back of
or
the
here or
room?
whatever it is, Bono has been a very Irish part of our lives.
Thank you. That was
And
well
he
said.
said this. He said, "Oh, St. Patrick, he drove out the snakes with his prayers.
Yeah, he didn't really.
But that's not all it takes. For the smoke symbolizes an evil that arises and hides in your heart as it breaks. And the evil risen from friends, from the darkness that lives in some men, but in sorrow and fear, that's when saints can appear.
Well, man,
To
down
drive
front
out
still
those
just eating
old
his breakfast,
snakes
eating
once
his food.
again.
Look at she shut up.
And they struggle for us to be free from the psycho in this human family. Ireland's sorrow and pain is now the Ukraine. And St. Patrick's name is now Zelensky."
Okay, Bono, if you're listening, let's leave that one off the next U2 album, please. Oh no.
Oh, that's really bad.
Oh, that's terrible. Now,
That's really
originally
bad.
I thought, well, maybe Bono wrote something he didn't intend to
Yeah.
have someone like
Why did you
Nancy
read
Pelosi read it, right? I mean, it was just like he was
Well, he sent it to her. He must have wanted
right
her to read it.
right.
Yeah. So,
I'm sure she did it justice too.
oh, of course.
Well,
I mean,
we
she's
just
terrible.
saw her. We
She's
just saw her
obviously
do it
terrible.
justice.
But what a dumb poem that is. Come on. And St. Patrick's name is now Zelensky.
You can hear Bono.
Yeah, it didn't even rhyme, Bono.
Don't read
What are you
it.
doing? What is that?
I told her not to read it.
It's embarrassing.
I love the one guy, though, my main man, the second guy in at the bottom of the screen. He just continued to eat breakfast. Ever so often he looked up like, is she done yet? No, I got to go back. I'm eating breakfast. It was awesome.
But everybody was blown away when Zelensky's name was spoken at the end. Instead of St. Patrick, it's now Zelensky.
Oh,
wow. That's beautiful.
Do we clap or do we bow?
Did we ever get an Instagram
Beautiful.
post or anything of what it actually looked like in Bono's handwriting? I mean, was it two?
I don't know. Let me look
Was
for
it
that.
two Y's? Was it SKI? Was it how'd Bono write it out?
I'll take a look. That's
awesome.
My favorite is 2 Ks and IY.
IY.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that spelling a lot.
Pretty sure he spells it with 2 Y's.
I think he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because most people are spelling it now with 2 Y's, which is stupid. You don't need 2 Y's. What do you need 2 Y's for?
Like, are you going to get to the end of that word and only see one Y and go, oh my gosh, what do I
don't
do?
know what it is.
How do I pronounce this?
Is it Zelensk? I don't know. I don't know because there's only one Y. Do I pronounce it? I don't know.
Send it back.
I don't know what to do.
Is it a silent Y?
It's just Zelensk because it doesn't have 2 Y's.
Yeah.
And why stop at 2? Why not do 3 if you're going to do multiple Y's at the end?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Zelensky. It's really weird. It's very strange.
I will say Nance did not seem as drunk as normal.
No, she didn't seem as bad.
It was early. It was like a breakfast, you know?
Yeah. And she almost got through the poem without a whole bunch of stumbling. But she did not read it well. She's just awful.
Yeah, she's
it's just pathetic.
Third in line.
Also, yeah, congratulations, America. Third in line. I mean, it's bad enough the first in line. The guy who's there now is embarrassing enough. And then you got the second in line, the next.
Embarrassing with 2 G's.
So bad. We're in trouble.
Oh, yeah, we are.
By the way, Putin was told by one of his advisors to fire just lob some nuclear missile.
Oh, cool.
At the largest U.S. weapon range as a warning. That's a really good idea. Isn't that a good idea? Yeah, let's just start lobbing nuclear weapons around as a warning for people.
I mean, I get the possibility of the tactical nuke in Ukraine, but you start
shooting it at
other
us,
countries,
like
especially us,
our largest U.S. weapons range. I don't think you want to warn us in that way.
Well,
I don't think you want none of this, frankly, based on what I've seen so far. Holy cow!
I feel pretty good about the old LGBTQ soldiers in the United States military right now.
Yeah, I mean, the Russians are always presented as this big, scary, incredible technical force, and they don't seem that way reality.
No, they don't.
They've been getting their ass kicked in Ukraine.
Right.
Yeah. Literally getting their asses
I mean,
kicked.
they're pretty much stalled now.
Yes,
right.
they
I mean,
are.
that's why they're saying that to get out of that, he needs to, he would consider launching one of those tactical nukes to, destroy a city or at least, make that city gone enough to send in the soldiers. Because if you're talking about street fighting, urban warfare, man, you're going to go through some soldiers. I mean, you're going to go through some soldiers, boots on the ground like that in the city already. Right, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about this the other day, maybe, and they're all saying, well, he doesn't seem like he had the military that we believed he was. Well, I don't know that he ever did, if Russia ever did have this great military that we believe that they did. But for the long time...
I know, they got beaten in Afghanistan. I guess from World War II, they did okay against the Nazis, but that was really the winter weather that stopped the Nazis as much as Russia itself.
And Patton wanted to go take them right then.
Yeah,
Patton was pissed that we didn't go into Russia then. And guess what? He might have been right. But
same with MacArthur in China, in Korea. When the Chinese were helping the Koreans.
Yeah.
MacArthur wanted to go into China then.
Let's do it now.
Mm-hmm.
But I was thinking that in the days when Russia had this great military that we believed in, like you said, after World War II or during World War II and after into the Cold War, they had all those other countries, right? That was before the breakup.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe
Ukraine was part of that.
Right.
Yeah, maybe the good soldiers were coming from Ukraine and Chechnya.
Yeah.
I wonder
Belarus.
where that Ivan Drago guy was from exactly.
Ukraine, I thought.
Huh. You might be right.
No, I think he was Ukrainian. Isn't that where?
Might have been. I don't know.
When he came back from in the latest Rocky when his son was fighting.
I'm sure.
I think they were
Stu
in Ukraine,
would know.
right?
I know.
I'm pretty sure.
Stu?
They're pretty sure the last movie when it was Drago's son that was fighting.
He was born in Moscow.
Oh, never mind.
They
then.
were in Ukraine though, right? Training the son.
Oh, I don't know.
We don't know.
I bet he was.
Okay, back off.
Yeah, really.
He
All right.
was.
He was
Stop.
born in Moscow.
Just making the point that today's
Leave it
Russian
alone.
soldier is no Rocky IV. Okay.
Right.
Love that movie, by the way.
Who doesn't? It's a classic. It's an absolute classic.
If yous could get.
By the way, the other day was the 50th anniversary of The Godfather.
I know.
Was that Wednesday, maybe?
Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
This week was the 50th
Yeah, the
anniversary.
50th anniversary of The Godfather. That's unbelievable. Man.
I heard that on. I know, Chewing the Fat. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Really? You listen
Yeah.
to that crappy show?
I do.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. All right. Let me tell you about Keeps, because Keeps has you covered. If you're losing your hair, or no matter what your hair goals are, Keeps can help you with those goals. Keeps physicians will help you select the right products and hair treatments for your specific condition and hair goals. All Keeps treatments, all their plans are delivered straight to your door at about half the cost of a traditional pharmacy. Your plan comes with a full year of unlimited messaging, so you can connect with your doctor about anything, anytime. With Keeps, you get quality expert care without visiting a doctor. You don't have to go to a pharmacy. Whether you're looking to prevent hair loss, stimulate hair growth, or just take better care of the hair you have, Keeps has you covered. Hair loss stops with Keeps. To get 50% off your first order, go to keeps.com/Pat. That's KEEPS. Keeps.com/Pat.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
It's an interesting thought, though, Jeffy. I hadn't even thought of the fact that, the Soviet Union troops included Ukrainians and the Chechnyans and the Belarusians, and maybe it wasn't the Russians that were dominating the military. Who knows? Or maybe they've never been that good. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Because, like I said, World War II, they were impressive because although they got run over at the beginning of that invasion.
Pre-winter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Pre-winter,
Pre-weather.
they got run over.
That was just a war of attrition. I mean, they just had so many bodies they could throw at the front lines.
And they did. And then, so Afghanistan didn't go well for them. And they really haven't had a war since then, have they?
No, not that I'm aware of.
I don't think so. We have kept practicing. And so...
Yeah, about that.
I mean, I guess what did you call Crimea a war?
Oh, that's right. There was Crimea.
That was a long walk, I believe, for the soldiers.
That was, Crimea. Did they even put up a fight? I don't think so.
I don't know.
Not that I remember.
And that might have given, Vlad a little false hope on the rest of
Might
Ukraine.
have. Yeah. Interesting, though. But this Yevgeny Alexeyevich Fyodorov, deputy of Russia's Duma, urged Putin to push the button and launch a missile at the Nevada test range as a warning, because Western leaders are assuming Putin has no trump cards in his hand. That's wow. Is that a powerful idea?
That's a powerful idea
stuff.
and statement.
Why don't we turn that guy's mic off at the next meeting?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been amazing to me how much talk there's been of actually using nukes. Because it's been really prevalent.
So those last few days, especially.
And you've got to assume that if we're hearing about it, it's talked about even more behind closed doors.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, can they be that desperate? does he have to have Ukraine that much and avoid some kind of embarrassment there that he would actually use nuclear weapons?
I mean, they have to be able. Yeah, he's going to have to be able to give him his out.
Yeah,
and be able to save some kind of face, right? And I don't know that you can do that. Honestly, I don't know that you can do that. I mean, the oligarchs are all being sanctioned, and those were his pals, right? I mean, they were all in it, making money, millions of dollars, billions of dollars, many of them.
Yeah.
And now they're getting pinched. So it's like, Vlad, bruh, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. So I don't think he can save face now.
No, I think if this continues to go badly, he's going to be deposed. The Russian soldiers have even said that they might come for him. Did you read that story the other day?
I mean, that has to happen, right? I mean, that's the only way they're going to get him out.
Yeah. And then there's another story of Russian soldiers shooting themselves in the leg to get out of service in Ukraine, which is amazing as well. And again, not what we were led to believe about the Russian army.
Right.
By any stretch of the imagination.
And they keep saying that they've lost all these soldiers, and they give us numbers of, 14,000 or something was the latest number I saw.
13,500 was the latest I've seen from Ukraine. But
okay, well, 13.
We're saying 7,000.
Okay.
The American estimates are 7,000.
All right. But they're, at what?
But it's a lot.
I don't know how many you get to where the Russian people actually hear about it. I mean, they don't have any. We've cut off all their news, and except for the government slated news, right? All the social media, all that stuff is all gone. So whatever information they're getting is
probably
false.
coming from them,
right?
From the Russians.
So at what point do they finally say, "Hey, we lost a lot of our people"? And
when their sons stop coming home. When their sons and daughters aren't coming home, that's when they get...
Or they're coming home with a bullet in their leg, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, Mom, I did it to myself.
Because while we believe there were 7,000 killed, we think there's 4 times that many wounded.
Wow.
So you're talking about 28,000 wounded. 7,000 dead, 28,000 wounded?
Ooh.
In 3 weeks?
If that's true, holy cow.
Yeah, if it's true, it's going to be tough for him to survive.
I mean, they were showing photos of the tanks burrowed in,
yeah,
and not traveling around Kyiv and those other cities in Ukraine. I mean, because they've had supply chain issues with fuel and food for the soldiers, which you would think that the soldiers, if they were the great soldiers of Russia, they'd have at least the supply chain down a little bit, right?
Yeah,
to get fuel for your military
that's the leadership
vehicles.
Problem.
Yeah,
that's a real leadership void there. If they don't, and I don't, did you not know the ground was soft and muddy in Ukraine? I mean, do you have that bad intelligence?
They don't get weather reports from Ukraine.
Don't know, it's right next door.
Yeah, but Ukraine just moved in. You don't know your neighbors. You don't know your neighbors that well.
It's really amazing how botched it is.
I know.
Because as badly as some campaigns have gone for us, I've never seen anything like this.
Especially when you consider that Russia, one of the talking points from Putin is, there's so many Russians in Ukraine that want to be liberated.
Yeah.
You'd think maybe somebody on the ground in Ukraine could call back a weather report. It's not a good time right now. It's a little damp on the muddy roads.
Kind of muddy. I don't know if the tanks are going to make it through here. We have really crappy tanks. That can be blown up with a black cat firecracker, and they get bogged down in the mud, and so...
I mean, we're pissed when our military doesn't go far enough.
Yeah.
Right? What are you doing? Let's end this thing. Get it over with.
Mm-hmm.
And then to see what's happening with the Russian army, I don't think, bring it. That's what I'm saying. Bring it, Vlad.
No.
I don't know if we want to get that cocky.
Yeah, don't bring it.
But,
Russia doesn't have internet right now, so they can't hear this.
Thank you.
Have they been totally cut off from internet?
I think they're good. They have some internet inside the country.
Because Twitter left, right? And
Instagram, Facebook, the TikToks are all gone.
Yeah. Wow.
Wait, did you say the TikToks are all gone?
Yeah.
Boy, that's a dad phrase. Yeah, the Walmarts, the TikToks. You add an S to the end of everything.
But the TikTok comes from China. Did they really remove that? Did they remove TikTok from the Russians?
I honestly, I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought that they were. I thought that they were blocking the feeds.
That's possible. I don't know. But I do know that George Soros is worried about a Putin-Xi partnership. So the Russia-China partnership. And he hopes they can be stopped, quote, before they destroy our civilization, unquote.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, and he's worried about this because he wants to be the one
Right,
to destroy our civilization.
Exactly. That's my gig, y'all.
Don't take that from me, you bastards. That's been my gig for the last 50 years. Chinese leader Xi Jinping gave explicit signals that he was a friend and partner of Russian President Vladimir Putin in the weeks leading up to the invasion. Now, with the invasion bogged down in stiff Ukrainian resistance, much of the world on edge over the conflict, Xi has backtracked somewhat and contradicted his earlier stance by endorsing the efforts of European heads of state to make peace. Guy wants to. They're playing both sides against the middle right now, and it's working for them.
Yeah.
I don't know how or why, but it seems to be working for them.
Yeah, and I think China, if I'm not mistaken, is urging us to get involved.
That's a bad idea.
Well, yeah, and you can see exactly where this is going. The more people are involved with Russia and Ukraine, the more everyone's distracted from what China wants to do in their area. Oh, gosh.
Interesting.
And just as a side note, TikTok has just cut back. They can only see inside the country influencers. So they're not getting any outside.
They're not getting any American.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Huh. Well, they probably want that, though.
Yes, they do.
Because they don't want their people hearing the truth right now.
Absolutely. And there are stories that they're paying, obviously the Kremlin is paying the influencers to post pro-Russian stories.
And what is the truth exactly? Is it Russia's side of this? I don't think so. But I'm not entirely comfortable with Ukraine's either. I don't know. I mean, they've got some issues in Ukraine. It's not like these are the saviors of the world like Zelensky's being made out to be.
I know.
There's this interesting story that we've been holding on to for a while. But it just gives you pause to think about. And the headline is Ukraine's Nazi problem is real, even if Putin's denazification claim isn't. So his claim that I'm going to go in there and denazify Ukraine, that was nonsense, obviously. But apparently they do have that element in their country.
Okay.
I mean, we've got Nazis in this country.
Absolutely. You could make that case with the
story. You could make
for
that case.
And they try.
I don't think they're prevalent. I don't think they're powerful. But are they in Ukraine? I don't know. I don't know. But there's some interesting aspects of this, and they go through some of the situations that are a little bit weird in Ukraine. Ukraine counts between 56,000 and 140,000 Jews who enjoy freedoms and protections never imagined by their grandparents. That includes an updated law passed last month criminalizing anti-Semitic acts. So those weren't criminalized before that time?
Right.
Unfortunately, the law was intended to address a pronounced uptick in public displays of bigotry, including swastika-laden vandalism of synagogues and Jewish memorials, and eerie marches in Kiev and other cities that celebrated the Waffen SS. Now, we don't often see parades celebrating the Waffen SS in this country.
There's not a lot of those going on.
That's a little concerning. In another ominous development, Ukraine has in recent years erected a glut of statues honoring Ukrainian nationalists whose legacies are tainted by their indisputable record as Nazi proxies. The Forward newspaper cataloged one of these deplorables, including Stephen Bandera, leader of the Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists, or OUN, whose followers acted as local militia members for the SS and the German army. Ukraine has several dozen monuments and scores of street names glorifying this Nazi collaborator, enough to require 2 separate Wikipedia pages.
Wow.
Interesting.
Wow.
So, again, I don't believe Putin was really trying to root out these people in Ukraine, but there are some who are there.
Right.
Yeah, and nothing is ever as it seems is the lesson here, especially in 2022. Nothing's cut and dry, and it should be a red flag when anyone just wholeheartedly supports something, whether it be masks, vaccines, or Ukraine.
Especially when it's Democrats who are Marxists, you know?
Yes.
It's scary. Got some tweets here. Carl Smith tweets, why is it that Western Europe, with one of the highest vaccination rates in the world against COVID, is always where the new strains start? Oh, really good question.
Well,
Thank you.
have they had the fourth booster?
I don't know. I don't know.
I know Moderna's asking for it now, so we had Pfizer and Moderna both
I think that's
coming to the table with the fourth one.
kind of cynical.
Got to have the fourth one. And then the fifth, of course. And then every year. You just get it every year or 2 or 3 times a year.
Oh, yeah, we had that listener in Germany who reached out to us to say how they've got the police going into restaurants, checking your vaccination status. You're
Crazy.
At the door,
Crazy.
grocery stores, all this stuff. But the one thing they said is that you have had to have a booster within the last 6 months to be allowed to enter. I mean, it's insanity.
So that's the timeline?
Yeah.
Aren't they? Those are expiring, though, on Sunday, I think, right? Isn't that what we had a story today?
Was that Germany you
Yeah.
said that about?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They're set to
All those
do
mandates,
away with all that garbage. But it's been bad for the Germans because they can only go to the grocery store if they're not vaccinated, and you have to wear the mask. Okay, because that's going to protect everybody in the store.
Like, that's the only place you're allowed to go if you're not
That's the
vaccinated.
only place. So you can buy food. Everywhere else,
For now.
we heard from our German friend that everywhere else, pretty much, you have to be vaccinated and wear the mask. Ugh, agonizing.
Just go away.
Got this from Winston Smith. Maybe the Russian military propaganda was their most powerful weapon. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it was.
And from Extra White. Must be extra racist then. If they're extra white.
Thank you.
Right?
Oh, glad you pointed that out.
Yeah.
Marching with the SS's.
Right? How many millions will the new Pelosi Poetry Corner cost us in the next budget?
Oh, no.
I don't know, but it makes
A lot.
It really makes me miss the Harry Reid Cowboy Poetry Corner. Remember
Northern
that?
Nevada every January.
Yeah.
The Cowboy Poetry Festival.
Cowboy
Had that
Poetry.
program
Remember
not
that?
been around, the tens of thousands of people who come there every year would not exist.
We lost
Well,
him.
they
people
lost
wouldn't-
those people would exist.
They would
just
still
wouldn't
exist.
No,
be
they wouldn't
with
exist.
Cowboy poetry.
No, it is only through cowboy poetry that they're even on this planet.
And we did sadly lose Harry.
We lost him.
Yeah, we
lost
did.
him.
Well, he tangled with the wrong exercise equipment.
That's not what he died from, though. I don't
Oh,
think,
it's not
was
what?
it?
Oh,
No,
my
I don't
bad.
think so.
That's my bad.
What did he die from? I don't remember.
Pomegranate poisoning.
Sheer evil.
Yes.
Sheer evil.
Let me look. Let me look here. What did he die of?
He had some kind of cancer, I think.
Did he really?
Yeah,
Oh, did he?
was really sick. He was really sick.
And he was old,
Yeah.
right? He was.
Because that last time they
106
showed
or
him,
something.
he was still in a wheelchair with a hat.
82.
He was looking rough, man. The last photo that I saw.
Well, he looked rough every time we saw him because you had the accident, which really mangled him.
It did, man.
And-
that was a Bob Saget beating right there, man. He's
Yeah,
lucky to be alive out of that.
Yeah.
So I guess the moral of the story
the
is
same people. He fell on the same carpet as
Yeah,
Bob
yeah,
Saget.
don't
man.
carpet your homes.
He was lucky to be alive from that. Really,
Yep.
no, he really was.
pancreatic cancer. Pancreatic
Yeah,
cancer.
he was really sick.
yeah, that's not good. That's bad.
Don't necessarily. Make
don't
it
wish that
from
on anybody.
No, because I've seen that.
I was clearly not a Harry Reid fan.
Oh, no?
But I don't wish that on him. Meanwhile, some common sense on the Ukraine from AOC? No.
Oh, stop!
That's what I'm telling you.
Common
this is
sense from
insane.
AOC?
How do we
What is going
navigate?
on?
How do you
No.
navigate these waters?
Like whatever,
Yeah.
you know, and
No
like or
kidding.
whatever, like
And like
just
or whatever. Like, just like whatever. All right, let's see
There are a
what
lot
you
of
had to
pundits, journalists, and
had
members
to
of
say.
Congress using this term no-fly zone. Except most Americans probably don't know that declaring a no-fly zone is essentially tantamount to a declaration of war. So if you're not comfortable with the United States declaring war against Russia,
What is she
you're probably
wearing?
not comfortable with a no-fly zone.
I think that
Oh.
was accurate.
Okay.
Completely
yes.
accurate.
I mean, that is right. That's right.
Do you want to go to war? Then you want to. If
No.
you want a no-fly zone,
No.
if you want it enforced by us.
Right. And that's kind of going against what her party is saying. Well, this is a bipartisan
is.
effort, though, really. You can't blame this entirely on Democrats because there's a lot of Republicans who want to do it.
But what you took away from that clip wasn't the no-fly zone.
What's she wearing? Is
Yeah.
she adopted some
know.
sort of Muslim garb or what is that?
Play that
What
again
is
if you
the
don't
deal?
mind. Let's see.
Yeah. See? What is that? What are you wearing there, hon?
Muslim.
I mean, it's fine. Oh, it's just a band, and that's her hair. I thought that was kind of a whole like.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah.
top. I was looking at the shirt. Okay.
No, yeah. What's on her head?
That's an awkward place to pause it.
Okay. Okay. So.
All right. So there you go.
So there you go. Good. All right. Meanwhile.
Still hanging in there. All right.
Meanwhile, Meghan Markle. It's been a while since we've talked about Meghan Markle. Maybe
On
have
this
we
show.
ever talked about Meghan
I mean,
Markle on this show?
I
know
about her
you
all the
talk
time.
about her all the time. We don't, because frankly, I don't give a rat's anus about the royal family.
I love their struggles, man. And she's not part of the royal family.
I like Meghan Markle, though, from Suits.
It's a good point.
She's great in that. That's an
Yes, she is.
Jeffy
awesome
makes a
show.
good point. When you talk about Meghan Markle now, you're no longer talking about the royals.
She's not a royal. She thinks she is. She's still latched on there, but
Technicality, you got it.
No, she is not.
So do you side with the royals against her?
Oh my gosh, she's destroyed that family.
What?
She's destroyed that family. What she's done to Harry is embarrassing. What she's done to Harry is embarrassing.
Is it?
Yes. There needs to be an intervention.
Harry is a leftist douchebag.
They all are, but that's not the
So,
point. I mean, look at the dad. The old royal apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Oh, and you can quote me on that.
Thank you. That's for damn sure. But
so here's the thing, though, with Meghan now. Her first podcast is coming soon to Spotify. Now, finally, because she and Harry signed a deal for $25 million.
That was
with
a couple
Spotify.
years ago.
And it's been years. And they were supposed to do this podcast. And they just haven't. Did they get the money?
No, I think they got.
I think they got
a lot
the
of
money.
It. They got most of it,
And they're not doing anything. And she's finally doing a podcast.
No, I mean, Spotify sent over another producer after it was about a year. They sent over another producer, like,
hey, can we get this going?
Hey, you think maybe you could talk into this microphone for a little bit, and we could just kind of promote it to make a little money off of you?
Yeah. Since we gave you $25 million, maybe you give us something in return?
Right,
I don't know.
it'd be nice.
That wasn't just a present for you people. So it's going to premiere.
You're going to listen.
It's going to premiere this summer.
See,
according to an Archwell audio spokesperson.
Yeah, that's their foundation, Archwell.
Okay.
Which they partner with.
I can't wait.
Their Archwell is
All right.
partnering with all these companies.
Well, it's official now. Literally. Everyone has a podcast now. Everyone has a podcast. Meghan was the last holdout.
She was?
Yes.
Okay.
And now she's got a podcast, so it's over. Now everybody has one. The former Suits star and her husband, Prince Harry, signed a reported $25 million deal in December 2020. So it's been 2 years, almost.
That's what I said.
To make content for the platform via the production company.
Yeah.
They've since vowed to take an active role in combating misinformation spread on Spotify. Oh, that's good.
Good.
They're going to be the anti-Joe Rogan show.
Absolutely. Which will be good.
Won't that be great?
Yeah. That'll be
great.
That'll be a
Plus,
battle
she's going to
royale.
show up. She'll be promoting because she's going to show up and promote it because Ellen is wrapping up. Right, Ellen DeGeneres is coming to an end in May, and she was part of the promotion that Meghan was going to be on with one of the final shows. So she'll definitely be promoting the new podcast on Ellen's show in May.
How wonderful!
I know Ellen's, and I can't believe. Get it over with,
Pat.
End it.
Do you have enough time in your day with all the podcasts that you listen to squeeze in Meghan Markle doing
Oh,
this
I
thing?
have to. Because that's going to be a must listen.
Are you going to listen to it on twice the speed, though, so you can cram that in?
No, I want to hear her melodic voice.
Yes.
So you're going to eat into
in its
your
actual
sleep.
tone.
Because your day's already packed tightly with all sorts of shows.
It is, but I'm going to find
She's
a way.
worth it. She's worth it.
Okay.
Yeah. If she weren't so liberal, she'd be great.
So
you could say that about anybody.
If she wasn't who she is, She'd be great.
Yeah,
She'd be great.
Yeah, it's just that pesky
She'd be
thing
great.
of her being herself. If not for that.
I mean, she's not horrible to look at, So
Yeah, but
that's
it's a
why she'd be
podcast.
great. But it is a podcast. So is it going to be?
No, well, Spotify will.
Is it going to be visual as well as
I think they're going
audio?
They're going to do video as well with
Yeah,
Spotify because
you got
Spotify
to.
is getting
With
into
Meghan
the
Markle,
video.
you have to, right? And you got to bring Harry's got to be part of it.
Absolutely.
He's got to be in
Because
it.
despite what Meghan thinks and being the big star that Meghan is, Harry's the draw. Yeah. Meghan was a TV star.
I don't know.
A TV star.
A big TV star, though. That's a great show. Suits is one of my all-time favorites.
TV star, like I said,
Wait,
which
now,
was
hold
great.
on,
I'm
sorry.
not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying she was a TV
Okay,
star.
so now we're talking about TV shows. Do you watch the current Star Trek stuff? Because there's a clip from
my
a
gosh.
recent episode that I know you'll be all about. All about.
Oh, my.
All about.
I just watched it yesterday, and I thought, okay, it features the president of Earth.
Okay. Right. It's a show about the future.
And the president of Earth
Okay.
that they came out, I thought, wow, that looks familiar. Who
Looks
is
familiar.
that? Yeah.
Who is that?
And it didn't hit me at the time.
Yeah.
It was Stacey Adams.
Stacey Abrams.
Abrams, I mean.
Stacey
Yeah,
Abrams,
Stacey
yes.
Abrams.
The wannabe governor of
We
Georgia.
greet the president of United Earth.
Oh, United
United
Earth. United Earth.
This makes me want to watch, I'll tell you that.
Doesn't it?
Madam President. Oh, she
Stacey
loves
Abrams
I'm
comes
so
out.
pleased that you've come.
All right.
We are eager to begin diplomatic
Pause it for a
discussions.
second.
Nothing.
Okay. The president of the Federation is a woman. The
president
president
of
of
the
United
United
Earth is a black woman. Okay, I got it. Then you got the gay couples, the trans people, the people who we don't know what they are. They're fluid. Then you got the actual gay couple. Could you jam any more wokeness into this show?
The answer to that is yes.
Is yes. And I'm really pretty much done with it at this point. I can't take any more
So
of it.
she wants to be
It's ridiculous.
governor of Georgia. Can you hold two offices at the same time? The president,
of United Earth and governor of
So you
Georgia?
gotta drop
I don't
one of these.
know.
You got to drop
I don't
one
know.
of these
To be
bids.
fair, I don't know that she's ever said that she wasn't governor of Georgia.
No, she hasn't. No, she's always maintained she's the governor of
So,
Georgia.
so do you want to watch the rest of this scene? Because, I mean,
yeah, let's see
it's
it.
so good, right?
United Earth is ready right now to rejoin the Federation.
Oh, look how she
And
is.
nothing could make me happier than to say those words.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you all.
What an actress.
What you have
Right.
accomplished here.
We were lucky to have each other, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Couldn't have succeeded otherwise.
Right. Oh, and the
I'm glad to
pause
see
it.
you've recovered.
and the big general from Earth is also a black woman, by the way. There can be no men and certainly no white men in any of these leadership positions.
No.
And further, captain of the main ship, a black woman. Okay, really?
Are you saying that's an impossibility?
No, I am saying that you've gone way beyond the proper percentages here.
Absolutely.
I thought we were supposed to be all about percentages.
Yeah, and you got
Absolutely.
the National Archivist, who is a white man in our government who is
he already
retiring,
said.
and he says, "Oh, you better not
better
replace
not
me
do a
with
white man."
And he was being
Yeah.
serious.
Yes, he was.
It is out of control.
Well, this administration is
out
all,
of control.
is all about equity.
How do you raise your white kids in the society and encourage them to do your best, try your hardest? Maybe you can succeed in this meritocracy. Oh, by the way, sorry that you're white. So good luck with that too.
Yeah.
Because that's seriously where we're getting.
Yeah.
If we're not already
don't think
there.
we're already
Yeah,
there.
we're there. We're there.
It just disqualifies you.
Yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
So put on your form that you're.
It shouldn't make it automatic that you have the job, but neither should it disqualify you for
Right.
the job.
Sorry, kids.
And we were there. At
Pull
one
a Liz
point.
Warren. You're
Yeah.
a Native American.
At least I thought we were. You know, we're being told that we never were, but I sure thought we were. We're not.
Nope.
there.
Nope. You were wrong.
Nope.
That's what you get for thinking, Jeffy. Just try not to do that
Yeah,
anymore.
don't be doing that on a
Try
Friday,
not to do
especially. Mondays or Fridays exempt from thinking, okay?
Let's go to Deb in Vermont. Hey, Deb, you're on the Blaze. Hi.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
Doing good.
How's your day going so far?
Sucks, actually. The world's falling apart. But thank you for
I
asking.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Hey,
Hey,
bingo!
nice.
Yay!
Yes. where did your bingo occur?
Oh, my bingo occurred in the first column.
Mm-hmm.
And I got Biden, let's go, Brandon. I agree. 15 days to flatten the curve. Jeffy, that's for damn sure. Renewable goo, and I haven't grown a third tail.
Yeah, that one snuck in on us because then we had a double bingo about 30 seconds later on the bottom row.
With the yes. Yeah, so we had the top and the bottom. But anyway, congratulations. You get the information you need to get your prize.
Hold on a
Yes, I
second.
did.
Hold
Thank
on.
you so much.
All right.
Yeah, Deb,
Thank you,
Deb, I got a question for you here. You're calling from Vermont. Is that accurate?
That is accurate.
Explain Bernie Sanders. How does this happen time and time again up there? Because you seem like you have common sense. I mean, you listen to this show, you're calling in here, and what's going on in Vermont? I don't understand.
I don't vote for him. I'm sorry.
Right.
I guess I'm a rare gem here.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Makes sense.
Well,
I'm Bennington, Vermont, one of my favorite
Thanks,
places on the planet.
What is?
Bennington, Vermont.
Why is that?
Well, I love that city, that area.
Well, tell us why.
Why?
Because it's so beautiful.
Well, that's a hot take.
Is it?
Thank you. You asked me.
All right.
Yeah, I love it. It's
Good. Okay.
beautiful.
All right. So you've actually been to Bennington?
15,000 people.
Bennington,
there.
Vermont.
You know?
Not Burlington, Vermont.
Did I say Burlington?
No, you didn't, and I'm
Okay.
wondering if it's just a mistake on your part.
No, it is not.
Wow, Bennington is where Ethan Allen's
No,
Green
it's
Mountain
not.
Boys
It's
were
Bennington.
Oh,
In
all
Bennington.
I
right.
love Bennington.
Huh.
Cool.
There you go. You mean the furniture store guy?
No, he's not the furniture store. No, go back a little
Yeah, because
further.
he has great.
Yes,
I've got
he
some of
does.
his
I
stuff in
know.
my house.
No, he. We'll talk after the show about the Revolutionary War, Pat.
All right. Okay. So you're saying this is not the furniture guy?
Not the furniture guy. No.
Huh.
I think they might be related, though, right? It's like a great.
I'm not talking anymore with this topic.
All right. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. We've got to get into a whole bunch of more wokeness coming up. This is great.
Oh, no.
Rachel Levine is among the women of the year.
Congratulations, by the way.
Like nominee or something?
She's a nominee for Woman of the Year.
Is she
a woman?
Oh, a nominee.
Yeah, right. That's what I meant to say.
It is man.
You can't have both of those.
So there's an op-ed from the Washington Examiner about this. We'll share that with you coming up. Also, Martina Navratilova on trans swimmer Leah Thomas.
Oh, boy.
Kind of interesting what she has to say.
Congratulations to Leah.
She is under fire just like J.K. Rowling. Yeah, it's amazing. These liberal women who have had enough of the trans thing.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Got some Friday tweets here for you from the Tyler Morgan. AOC displaying common sense is the demonstration of even a blind squirrel finds an acorn now and then. How many blind squirrels are there, I wonder?
I don't know.
I mean, do we really know that's a true ism?
Of course there are animals that are handicapped in the world. Are you kidding me?
Have you ever seen a blind squirrel? Because I personally have not.
Let me ask you a question.
How would I know?
How would you know if a
Because they're
squirrel was
bumping into
blind?
things all the time. They don't have like a little cane or a guide dog to get them around. So
that's what you need to do. Start a foundation.
I will
Guide
say
dogs
that
for blind squirrels.
Squirrels do have really good daylight eyesight, especially compared to other rodents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they're really well in the
You
vision
see the
department.
squirrel running up a tree.
So-
You don't know if it's blind or not.
Right.
It'd be smashing into all the branches along the way.
Well, they wouldn't just run up the trunk of a tree.
They do have a hard time seeing in the dark.
Do they?
So maybe
Okay.
the saying should be, even a squirrel finds an acorn in the dark.
From time to time.
From time to time.
Or now and then.
No.
Yeah. Dan the Man tweets, wait, now that AOC says we shouldn't instate a no-fly zone, I'm wondering how not having one will further destroy the U.S.
That's a fair question.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. From Jimmy Dimples. Now I see why the Star Trek universe developed warp drive. If Stacey Abrams were president of United Earth, I'd want to blast off this planet as far and as fast as I could, too. Carol Remarks tweets, no men in the Star Trek leadership because they're all busy being women on Earth beating other women in sports.
Yep.
Yes, which is where Martina Navratilova comes in, saying that the trans swimmer Leah Thomas should have an asterisk next to her name. Oh, my. Oh, the humanity. How dare you say that, Martina? How dare you?
So the asterisk would signify has a penis.
Right.
Okay.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Tennis legend Martina Navratilova, who's also in the LGBTQIA2 plus community. If I might be so bold as to mention, she is a lesbian.
Did I hear a U in there as well, or
Yeah,
no?
Did you skip the U, bro?
I skipped the U.
Okay.
Because I don't know what it means for sure. I guess it's unknown or unsure or
unsure.
Okay.
Anyway, tennis legend Martina Navratilova said in a new interview that Leah Thomas should have an asterisk next to her name. This aired on News Nation Thursday night. Same day, Thomas won the women's 500-yard NCAA championship.
Goodness.
Wait, they have a 500-yard championship? Is that true?
No way.
There's no way they go by yards when
way.
everything's in meters.
No way that's 500 yards.
In the swimming world. Huh. The 59-time Grand Slam champion also trashed the NCAA rules and said the national organization needs to level the playing field for its athletes. She said it's not about excluding transgender women from winning ever, but it is about not allowing them to win when they were not anywhere near winning as men. Huh.
Yeah, this guy was a scrub for 3 years.
Yeah.
Against the men.
Did not do well, and that's thus the change, perhaps. I mean, were there other things that went into it? Yes, probably. But, I mean, probably wanted to win, too, right?
Obviously,
I mean, that
or wouldn't have done this.
Or
right? It
yes.
helps that he's winning.
Gee, come on.
Yes, I'm sorry.
You hateful man.
I'm so sorry.
But right now, the rules are what they are. Maybe put an asterisk there if she starts breaking records left and right. Navratilova suggested the NCAA could have one category where only biological females compete against each other.
That's going to happen.
Adopt an open category for everybody else.
Men's, women's,
and
trannies. That's not going to happen.
Or U's.
It isn't going to happen.
That's not going to happen.
You put the U that you had left over from that earlier.
Right, unsure.
Yeah.
Thomas, who swam for the University of Pennsylvania as a man for 3 years before transitioning. Wow. God, that's amazing. Won her Thursday race handily with a time of 4:33.24 in the 500-yard swim. I don't think there is one, frankly.
Were they trying to do the math for us or something?
I don't know, because now she will also compete in the 200-yard and 100-yard NCAA championships later this week.
Because this is 457 meters is the 500 yards.
Yeah, okay.
Stop. There's no 457 meters.
The story is just doing what we like, right? Just changing.
No, it's wrong. It should say 500 meter. 30 minute.
Right. 500 meters. Or 200 meters or 100 meters.
I think they wrote yards. This just goes back to our journalism thing.
Yeah,
like nobody writes well anymore, and I guarantee this is sloppy journalism. It's like they see the 500, they're assigned to this. They don't know anything about swimming. They don't know. They just see this and they go, "Does anybody know?" And everybody's gone home for the night. I guess it's yards.
That does happen.
That absolutely happens.
It does happen. I read these articles all the time, every day, all day. And they're screwed up almost every time in some way.
Yeah,
where
all the time.
Syntax is wrong, or the verbs are wrong, or the information is wrong.
You'll see all these stories printed up that I have for you over there, where it's like I'll have to go in and like fix these things because I don't want Pat to read a story on the air that sounds stupid because it was written stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't want that.
We wouldn't want that.
And then the problem is he can't read my handwriting, and
then it screws it all up anyway. Loose, So this is interesting because they have dominated in swimming all year long.
Yeah.
And just won a national title here.
Yeah, set the record, right?
Yeah. In the 500-yard swim. Which doesn't exist, I'm pretty sure.
Maybe that's what they did.
The swim meets never do yards.
No, they don't.
Never.
The foot races don't do feet or yards. They all do meters. Everything converted a long time ago.
Alternate theory. Maybe they tricked Leah, and he thinks he's the NCAA champion for a category that doesn't exist.
And that's why he won it by so much, because nobody else was in the race. Right. They all knew.
Wait, Corby tells me that we have yards and meter categories in swimming.
Really?
What? Is that right?
Apparently they do both.
No.
They do both.
Really?
Okay. I don't
know. All right. That's weird.
Well, that's dumb.
I've never seen that.
Then you know what?
Because in the Olympics, they don't do that.
No way.
Huh. Interesting.
I don't know, man. That's your boy in there. I don't know.
It is, right. That's right. It's your boy.
I know.
It's your boy. He's your producer.
That doesn't change the fact that he could lie.
Okay. Well, I mean, he hangs it out enough with you. Okay, but this is sad. This clip from this documentary, about what's happened
about
to
the negative effect Leah Thomas has had on the Pennsylvania women's swim team. Here's one of the moms of the actual women on the team. Pause it for a second. Okay, we don't get to see. They've even.
You know what, though?
Look at that.
Have your fun. Have your fun.
She's like in a witness protection program already.
Have your fun.
Come on.
That woman right there would be doxxed in 5 seconds in this society if they had her face up there.
It's true.
That's how pathetic we have come.
I guarantee if she was a man, she wouldn't be blacked out.
Have they changed her voice too?
No, I don't think. I don't know. It doesn't sound like it. It doesn't sound like it.
Stop it.
Let's.
Really hard to see a young woman who's worked since she was 5 or 7 years old and maybe doesn't have the talent.
Which was it? That's a 2-year separation.
I think she's talking about
but has
girls in general.
sacrificed their spring
I'm already
breaks.
done with
Yeah,
that.
don't even play the clip now. They've ruined this clip.
I can't believe
Turn it off, Rob.
I can't believe
Rob, turn it off.
I'm already done with it. Yeah, we were done with it from the beginning. When she was shaded out, we were done with it.
I will say, I know my coworkers well enough that this morning when I was watching that, I hesitated to send that to Nate because I was like, I could see this thing derailing off of that alone.
And it was
Ta-da,
derailed
here we are. Sorry for the extra trouble, Nate. I tried.
I mean, I'm sorry.
Okay, from first of all, she shaded out,
come
and
on
then
now.
the 5 or 7 thing. No, I'm sorry, that's too much for me. That's too much. The whole thing.
I can't even believe her. I can't believe her.
I think she was talking about women in general, not her own daughter.
I can't remember. Was my daughter 5? Was she 7? Was she 14? I don't know when she started this stupid thing. Her dad always took her. I never did.
Here we are. Well, here, let me sum up the clip for you.
All right.
Okay.
Sum it up.
Little girls go their whole lives. They sacrifice their
And it's true.
They sacrifice their weekends,
Yes.
their spring breaks, their time sleeping. They get up and they train. Maybe they're not good enough to go on to be an Olympian, which by the way, Leah Thomas now wants to go compete in the Olympics in 2024. But she's like, well, maybe they're good enough to be a collegiate swimmer. This is their dream. And then a man says, nah, just kidding. I want to compete against you, and ruins the whole thing. There you go. I summed it up, and I didn't have to turn off a light.
Now you're going to get doxxed.
Will you be okay?
You're going to get doxxed. They're coming for you now.
Seriously, if I was a parent and that was my daughter, oh my gosh, you'd see me on the news tonight. Because that is...
Yeah, I'd be pissed.
I am
I would be too.
Sad
but
for this
I will
guy.
say that I don't, unless they forced me to go into witness protection, I don't know that I would.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think I would. That'd be tough.
I don't know. It's interesting. It does show you how bad the problem is, though, that she feels like she needs to be concealed like that. Like
right. She's supposed to be talking up her kid.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't even talk about your kid like that. Mm-hmm. And just be out in the open.
Yeah, she may be just trying to protect her daughter from being ridiculed on campus or something
yes.
like that.
Yeah.
Yes, it's protection for the daughter.
Don't try to make it
as
better
we are
now.
going through life and we encounter, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but every day I go somewhere, I have to interact with a transgender, someone who has these different pronouns, right? I mean, they're everywhere. Am I right? No, absolutely
No.
Okay, so anyway, this guy right here has some helpful tips if you want, this is so pathetic, this guy.
If you have a friend who is transgender or non-binary and you keep messing up on their pronouns, before you just, one, make yourself feel horrible.
Yeah, don't feel horrible.
And two, do nothing about it and then just keep apologizing when you're around them.
All right.
Take a step back and try this strategy. Reach out to a mutual friend and schedule a time for you both to swap compliments about the person that you may be messing up pronouns on.
Right.
Make sure, one, that you both are going to be able to hold each other accountable and catch when the pronoun is missed. And then two, what you're
Pause
doing
it for
is you're
a second.
saying
You liking this?
Can you
liking
believe
this? That's where we are. Yeah.
This is where we are in the year 2022. Don't try to pass it off like this is okay, Jeffy. Don't.
It's just a TikTok video.
Don't even do it. Don't.
It's just a TikTok video.
Don't.
The guy.
Don't.
So I think the trick here is that
Don't.
not only do you need to have a transgender friend, but then you guys need to have a mutual friend too, so that you can do this exercise about complimenting this third-party transgender. What the hell? I've got so many bigger things in my life to worry about than am I using the preferred pronoun of...
And then you hold each other accountable on whether or not you're using the right pronoun. And if somebody catches you in the wrong pronoun, then we can dox you and go ahead and get you fired from your job.
That's good.
And then we'll just go ahead and exclude you from society, and we'll take you off of TikTok.
Correct.
And you won't be able to participate in Twitter or Facebook, okay?
I mean, that's true.
That is true. Right. All right, let's see the rest of these
What you're
helpful
doing is you're
tips.
saying kind things about somebody and reinforcing in your brain how much you love and respect and want to honor them. I could use my wife as an example.
Let's do
Pronouns are she, her. And I could say she is an unbelievably loyal friend and she is such a good gift giver. And if you found this helpful, please don't forget to comment and share.
I didn't find it helpful there, my friend. I didn't find it the least bit helpful.
I will tell you, though, as a side note here,
It's embarrassing.
It's kind of related to this, Jeffy. Pat and I often text each other compliments about you. And we obviously want to use the preferred pronouns that you choose. What would you like to go by? Are you just a he, him, his? Is that what you just run-of-the-mill, boring?
Whatever you choose.
Whatever we choose?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Just remember that later
it certainly
today.
has been that way.
So when you send me that text later today praising Jeffy and how great he is, you be sure to use the proper pronouns, Pat.
I find it hard to believe that those texts actually happen.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, all the time. All the time.
I will say that even if Pat did text, there would be none of those about you.
All right, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. If you're trying to sell your home and you want to sell it quickly and for the most amount of money, you need a great realtor, and these are great realtors. Glenn's team has fully vetted these realtors to make sure they're the best in each market. And if they can't find somebody who's really good with a great track record in a certain market, we just don't have one there. But since there's 12 to 1,500 of these nationwide, we were able to find good realtors in most areas. And they will be able to help you make the right decisions to be able to sell your house quickly and for the most amount of money. And this is something you want to do quickly because the interest rates are going up, which will affect things. They just raised the rate, was it yesterday or the day before?
Yeah, a couple days ago, yep.
0.25%, right?
Yay.
Yeah, everybody thought it was going to be half, but they only went a quarter.
And they're going to do it again and again.
And then
right,
maybe
coming up,
8 times this year.
And I
5
heard,
to 8 times.
I heard Carol Roth on, she's the economic guru that joins Glenn on occasion, explained that when they do raise the interest rate, we're basically just increasing the amount of debt that we have as a nation because we now have to pay a higher interest rate.
Oh, good.
It's awesome.
Oh,
It's
good.
really
That's
good.
wonderful. That's
awesome.
wonderful. So you need a realtor who can get you through this whole process because it's a complex world and it's really difficult. Go to Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com. Noticing. Got some tweets here from Bob Loblaw. If Novak Djokovic had transitioned to become a woman as a teenager, he'd have over 60 Grand Slam titles by now.
Wow. Well, wait, hold on.
That's for sure. What do they do, 4 a year? 4 Grand Slams a year?
Hold on a second. You know what probably trumps the transgender thing would be, are you vaccinated?
Yeah.
And since he's not, then he would have 0.
Well, that's if we'd have this disease since he was a teenager, which is not likely.
You got me there.
So...
Busted.
So back off.
I backed it off.
There wasn't any transitioning.
Novak Djokovic would, as a woman, win literally every tournament he entered. or she at that point. Everyone.
And I like this tweet from your listener, Giblets, who says, how would the left react if this Leah Thomas took a CEO position away from a real woman? I mean, right now we're confined to sports. Why don't we apply that to the business world, too?
We will. I mean, we do.
Too.
Look at our administration. Rachel Levine.
Oh, yes.
We'll talk about her in a moment.
I know, but I mean, we're already doing that.
Yes.
That's great.
That's a great point, Jeffy.
Yeah.
I guess.
The lovely, the talented Rachel Levine. One of the most beautiful women.
One of?
She's so beautiful.
Did you say one of?
The most beautiful woman on the planet.
Thank you.
And tennis is a great sport for that because it's already happened. Men have played women.
Yeah.
And it was the best women on the planet. It was Serena Williams who played the number 203 ranked man in the world and lost 1-0. 6-1, 6-0. I mean, come on.
I know.
He completely overpowered her. And she said a long time ago, women can't compete with men. She's the greatest women's player in tennis history. She couldn't compete against the 203rd ranked man in the world. So it just goes to show you how ridiculous all of this is. And we're supposed to just go along with it and say, yeah, that's great.
That's great.
Hey, Leah, good job on that 500-yard swim. Way to go.
Who's a good little girl?
You are. Lucky Trucker tweets, I thought the asterisk was for steroids in baseball. Does the asterisk need an asterisk?
Oh, wow. Double
Maybe,
asterisk.
yeah. Jeffy's duck butter. I didn't realize you had duck butter. That's great.
Diversify.
Answer this. If steroids are illegal in sports because they boost testosterone, then how can it be legal for a biological man to compete with 20 times the built-in testosterone of a woman? And it's not just the testosterone. It is the muscle structure.
Yep.
It is a lot of different things. We're just physically different, and it's okay.
How dare you?
We don't have to be the same. And in fact, we're not. So we shouldn't try to pretend we are.
These are my hands.
No.
They're small. I know. But they're not yours.
Yeah.
They are my own, and I will not be broken. And from a very tall midget, first of all, who's Pat to say a meter can't identify as a yard? Oh, that's a pretty good point. Put me in my place right there. Put me right back
Your
in my
rules,
place.
Pat.
My rules.
Your rules.
That's right. So there you go. All right. Would Biden sign a bill to end daylight savings time?
I bet he wouldn't.
And stop the clock switching? What would happen if this bill passes is we would fall back this autumn. So in November, whenever we do the time change, I think it's the first Sunday or Saturday in November, whatever it is, we would fall back one more time, and then in the spring we would jump ahead again.
And that'd be it.
It would just stay daylight savings the rest of the time.
They're already laying the groundwork for no way that he signs it, right? Because it would screw up some of the global businesses and time frames that they have built in already.
It's a nonsensical thing like the Y2K situation.
I think so too.
Come on, we can deal with
And
that.
it's
It's
like
2022. We can deal with that.
So if we say, okay, the time stays as it is right now, time change stays as it is right now. You're telling me that these businesses, these global businesses, couldn't redo their schedules in 6 months?
Yes, they could.
Stop
Absolutely, they could.
Stop it.
Now, hang on a second. So the Congress, boy, when the Republicans get power, they do some amazing things. Am I right? In 2006, when they had the House, the Senate, and the presidency, they gave us this different daylight saving dates. Okay, we got an extra week in March.
Yeah, that's been
3
changed.
extra weeks.
Right.
Okay, well, I can speak for my own electronics in my house. Have apparently been lined up with that calendar since the law passed in 2006. You're telling me they're not able to do that again? Stop. This is stupid.
It is. It's asinine.
Do it.
But there's a million different things.
I know.
And there are experts who are saying, well, the sleep cycle is going to be messed up if we stay on daylight savings time. And that might be true, too. So this is why I say standard time. When we fall back this autumn, leave it. leave it alone.
Yeah, that also is the best one to have as far if you have the argument of darkness in the morning for the kids and all that stuff too, right?
Right, yeah. Absolutely. Nothing makes sense. Anyway, here's what Jen Psaki. Do we have time for
Yeah, sure.
Jen
Hit
Psaki?
it.
Here's what she had to say.
Slightly lighter note, does the administration have a position on the effort in Congress to make daylight savings time permanent?
I have seen those reports. I was trying to think of a joke. I couldn't think of one. I don't have a specific. We are obviously coordinated and work closely with Congress on all legislation they consider, but I don't have a specific position from the administration at this point.
Okay.
Is it more of a morning person or an afternoon? Because people are often divided in those ways.
Is Joe Biden a morning or
That is true.
afternoon
now,
person?
To de-link it from the specific question,
We're
he's
gonna
more of an
de-link
evening
it
person.
now.
But I
He's
don't
a
know what
morning
analysis
person.
you'll
Morning,
provide.
I
I'll
see.
look forward
You got
to reading
that?
tomorrow.
Thank you, Jen.
Joe Biden's a morning person. Shut up. There is no time of day he's on his toes. Come on.
On his toes. Okay. Sign up at blazetv.com. Use the promo code MOREUNLEASHED, and you'll get $15 off your subscription. Really good. And you want that subscription for all that it offers you, including beginning Monday. This coming Monday, you'll get another segment of Pat Gray Unleashed. We call it Overtime.
Wow, did you?
And we call it that because
Did we focus group that?
that's the name of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Unleashed or something.
That's
something. No,
that's
they wanted it consistent.
That's creative,
among
right?
all the Blaze shows they're doing.
This definitely was
Overtime.
not focus group.
No, I don't believe it was. We wanted to call it the 16th minute, but they wouldn't let us because obviously we jam-packed 15 minutes of entertainment into just 2 hours. So this overtime would give us another chance to do the 16th minute.
Which would be a great way to promote the show.
Right. Because your audience that is familiar with the show.
Well, we're trying to grow the show, but I mean, we would at least be able to promo it, right?
Right. Well,
however, it all starts Monday. Whatever its name, it starts on Monday. BlazeTV.com/Pat. Promo code MOREUNLEASHED to get $15 off. All right?
All right.
Good.
What are we going to talk about Monday and overtime?
We'll have to see. I don't know. Why? Do you have something in mind? Have we talked about something?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Also, you got a chance to get the spring collection of Kexi cookies at Kexi.com. We've got the new mint chocolate chip cookie, which is phenomenal. The coconut caramel. Yeah, it is.
Is it?
It is.
I wouldn't know.
Have I not brought those in?
No, you have not, sir.
Oh, I need to do that.
You sure do.
And there's an M&M cookie in there. It's delicious. So good.
Okay.
Kexi.com.
Wow.
Okay.
That was an exhale.
All right. 888-900-3393. We just had this breaking news that we were just talking tennis a few minutes ago. And Wimbledon has just decided they might ban Russian tennis players from playing
Good. Keep
Wimbledon
the
this year.
Ruskies out.
Unless they denounce Putin.
Oh, God. This is insanity.
They better have their Vax card.
Yeah.
They better
Yeah.
have their denounce Putin card.
Right.
Vlad Bad card.
So this thought police thing that is happening now is really dangerous.
In fact,
can we stop with it, please?
Just put some kind of patch on your shirt or something so we know.
So let's say
that you've been vaxxed and that you're
Right.
Vlad Bad.
Right.
Vlad
Bad. Get those patches on
Okay,
your
so
shirt.
I've got an assignment for
Man.
any kind of enterprising reporter that is over there covering Wimbledon and wants to ask this question. If you're listening here, ask the women who are playing at Wimbledon how they would feel about a man playing in their tournament, in the women's tournament. And if you're a female and you have denounced Putin and you've been vaccinated, if you speak ill of transgenders, is that going to get you banned? Because it just seems like we're just coming up with category after category to make sure everyone conforms the way the powers that be decide you should have right think
It is
if you want to participate in our society.
Really frightening time. They call us fascists.
I know.
When
oh, gosh.
They are absolutely clamping down on people and taking away their freedoms.
It's just ridiculous, dude.
And we're not taking away your freedom.
No.
You're free over there. You're free over there with those people. Not here with me.
Well, and you can't, I mean, you're not free to say things because we'll make sure that you can't participate in society if you do.
No, you're free over there. Get over there.
But you are free to stay in your little shack
over there
and not speak up and not act out.
Right.
And you'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
100% free, though.
Really, it's scary. It's really, really scary. Not quite as scary as, the leader of your country not being able to function mentally.
No, she's the world.
No, yeah, she's the United Earth president. This is just the president of the United States. Yesterday, on St. Patrick's Day, he had this to say about being Irish.
Father, before I begin, bless me, Father, for I'm about to sin.
It's funny. I am joking. Let's pause it for a second.
Well,
a lot of times I'll say that's not a joke, but that was a joke. I just told a joke. Oh, he doesn't look good. He doesn't sound good. He's not performing well. This is bad. Wow. Yeah. All right. Let's start this over and just let it soak in.
Father, before I begin, bless me, Father, for I'm about to sin. Well, I just want you to know, I may be Irish, but I'm not stupid. I married Dominic Giacoppa's daughter.
Okay. Well, he may be Irish, but he is also stupid because he didn't marry that guy's daughter.
Oh, no.
He married his granddaughter. He doesn't even know the genealogy of his wife's immediate family. Are you kidding me?
This is bad. This is really bad. And I don't mean this with any disrespect, but Joe Biden is the guy when you walk into the nursing home to visit a relative who's just wandering around the place, mouth wide open, shuffling his feet. And yet this man is the president of the United States.
You voted for him. 81 million people.
81 million. Yeah, so popular.
So popular. People love him.
Yeah, hard drives do. You're right.
Jeez. I mean, that's incredible. That's incredible.
Sure is.
Of course, it's also incredible that he has called Jill his sister, his cousin, his nephew. He just screwed up who the vice president was and the first gentleman or the second or third or whatever.
Right. Yeah, because he said it was the first husband, right?
Yeah, the first man or whatever. The first gentleman, When he's not, he'd be second gentleman.
Oh, boy.
It's not good.
No, it is not.
And how is it that this is lost on... Even Democrats should be like, okay,
come on now.
Something's wrong here. Yes, we want people to carry out our ideology, but this is not the guy to do it.
I firmly believe that the original plan was to drag him across the January 20th, 2023 finish line so that they could then put Kamala into office and get the 10 years out of her.
Mm-hmm.
But have you seen Kamala in action? I'm not sure that this Democrat Party even wants her in that chair.
I don't think they do.
That's right.
Which would explain why we haven't heard any bad things about Joe yet. You know what I mean?
When they decide
your theory,
when they decide that his time is up, which I contended the summer, they would start rolling the ball out this summer to try to force him out.
That could still happen.
There are no bad things about Joe.
And there's no good options for the Democrats.
There's no bad things.
Theory.
He hasn't done anything wrong.
How dare you think that I was saying something bad? Keith was the one that started the theory.
I'll start
going off of that.
I just want to make sure you know that he hasn't done anything wrong.
Oh, I know.
This administration is completely perfect.
Oh, I do appreciate the New York Times finally admitting that Hunter Biden's laptop was indeed Hunter Biden's laptop in that Delaware computer shop.
It only took 2 years.
It only took the 2 years. But
That's
we
not
appreciate you finally getting on that New York Times.
I would like some journalist, I don't know, if Peter Doocy, I don't care who, someone needs to ask Joe Biden or one of his minions if they accept responsibility for anything. Is there one thing for which you accept responsibility?
Give us one thing.
The border? Nah, Trump. The national divide between our people? That's Trump. It's the GOP. It's conservatives. Shortages of goods. That's a pandemic. Inflation. Yeah, it's Putin. Gas prices. It's Putin and or, the evil oil companies.
Yeah.
They're bad. The horrific withdrawal from Afghanistan, they don't even recognize that as a problem.
Yeah.
It couldn't have gone any better in their eyes. But even if somebody does dare, if they're forced to admit it didn't go exactly to perfection, that's Trump's fault. I mean, the whole thing is they accept responsibility for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's ludicrous because we all know they are responsible for it. But even if it were true that these are other people's faults, again, I have to say it again, these are the people who ran for office. You're supposed to be fixing these problems. I don't care who caused them. But they're not. They're not. So.
Well, I mean, we've seen, I just saw a clip the other day of Biden on the campaign trail, which I had forgotten. And by the way, that clip made him look like a spry 70-year-old. And he was saying how he walked over to somebody at the campaign stop and look me in the eye, and I guarantee we're going to get rid of fossil fuels. I mean, he said it all along.
Yeah, but now that we don't have the fossil fuel energy we need, that's Trump's fault. That's Trump's fault.
It's just silly.
It's oil companies' fault. Those energy companies, man. Yeah, and they don't want to use fossil fuels.
No, they don't. And the timeline for it is, even if you believe that there is an actual timeline to get off of fossil fuels with a power source that will work, that's still 20 to 30 or 40 years away.
Easily.
So, I mean, we're just going to go back to cave days? That's it?
As far as they're concerned, I guess.
Yeah.
It'd be better because cave days didn't produce the CO2 that we're producing. So I guess those are better times.
I guess so. I guess so.
Those are better times. All right, let me tell you about perhaps the most important issue we face and don't speak of it enough, and that's abortion. Abortion is the leading cause of death in the United States and the world. Now, we talk about the U.S. figures, which are astronomical and so tragic. If this isn't a Holocaust, I don't know what you would call it. 63 million babies have been lost since 1973. And that's just in the U.S. We looked up the worldwide figure. It's 1.2 billion. God. I mean, how many people that could have changed the world for the better were aborted and never had the opportunity? I mean, I don't know. It's incredible to think of.
Incalculable loss.
Yep. So the Ministry of Preborn and Blaze Media have partnered now to try to save babies this year. And how do we do that? Well, when you show a woman an ultrasound, 80% of the time they choose life because they see the baby, they hear the heartbeat, and that moves them. So Preborn shows these ultrasounds to the women for free because otherwise they wouldn't be able to see it, and then there'd be nothing that would stand in the way of them getting the abortion. $28 buys one ultrasound for one woman and could save the life of a baby. $140 sponsorship, if you could afford it, gives 5 babies a chance at life. So whatever you can do to help, if it's $1, that would be greatly appreciated. Just go to pound or dial pound 250 and say the keyword baby to donate. It's pound 250 on your cell phone. Say baby. Or go to preborn.com/pound.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Whose nauseating voice is that says Pat Gray Unleashed? It's just so irritating.
That's the host of Chewing the Fat.
Is it?
Yeah, that's the
Really?
host of Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. Yeah.
Huh.
Oh my gosh, that is Jeff Fisher.
Where would I find that brilliant?
It's available
show?
wherever you get your podcasts.
Okay. And it's still free. Have you been able to keep the price down? Because I know people have been clamoring.
Don't test me.
You didn't.
Don't test me.
No, you have. Okay, so you have been able to keep it free. Yes. I know it. You've fought hard.
Yes, it is still free
for the people.
He's a man of the people.
That's great.
For now,
it's That's clear.
I don't know how much longer I can hold him back.
Wow.
I know eventually the pressure is going to overcome it, but this is the time to get in.
And inflation right now, you could take that. Zero.
Yeah, I won't let it. I'm not. Listen,
Right.
I'll fight for you. I won't have any. There'll be a grandfather clause.
What
all right?
what is 200% of zero? Mm-hmm. Oh, he's stumped.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah. Oh, it's
18.
It's 0.
I believe it's 0.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not good at math, so I don't know for a fact.
Could be completely wrong. Yeah, it could be.
Don't ask a question you don't know the answer to, Keith.
Did you guys see about the news about the 16-mile wide comet that is headed our way?
Wait, is that half the size of an average adult giraffe, or is that something
It's
different?
ever so slightly
size.
larger.
Oh, is it really? Okay, I wasn't sure.
That's like a herd. It's a herd of giraffes, right?
Yeah, what is a herdage? Like, what is the technical term? Because every animal has this weird thing, and
I
now
know.
you got me wanting to know.
I think it's a herd.
Okay. That would be boring if it was.
Yeah, I know. Now that I say that, it probably isn't.
Okay, let's see. It's a tower.
That
tower
makes
of
sense.
giraffes.
A tower of giraffes.
That is good.
Okay.
So what you got there?
So this comet is twice the size of the one that killed the dinosaurs.
Oh, no, that's not good, man.
And it comes dangerously close to us every once in a while. Apparently we get hit by its stream of little teeny asteroids, and that's what do they call that? The Perseids.
Yes,
Perseids,
something like that, yeah.
something. So this comet is the comet Swift-Tuttle because it was discovered by a guy named Swift and a man named Tuttle back in, I think it was 1862.
Wow.
Okay, twice the size of the extinction level comet that hit the Earth, that they think hit the Earth. And so this will probably come by again, they think. It won't probably. It does come by on a fairly predictable basis. And just every 133 years.
Oh, there you go.
It comes within several million miles of
So
the
how many
Earth.
times have you seen it with your own eyes, Jeffy?
Just 4, right? It's only been 4 times.
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. Seems like just yesterday I was looking up going, is that Tuttle?
Is that a little closer than the last time? It last entered our solar system in December of 1992, and it's not expected to come back until 2126. So I'm not that worried about it right now. But when it does come back, it'll be within 14.2 million miles of Earth. And they say that that's a little too close for comfort because it could be off somewhat.
Yeah.
And if they are, then it slams into the Earth.
These are the same people who forgot to calculate the difference between regular numbers and metric when they crashed that probe into Mars. So, yeah, I'm a little suspect of their math skills.
And that was fairly recently, right?
In the 90s, late 90s, yeah.
So every time the comet enters our inner solar system, there's a chance that one of the gas giant planets will influence its orbit, and then that spins it into maybe our trajectory.
Good.
Each orbit contains about a 0.000002% probability of the comet hitting the Earth. That's 6 times greater than your odds of winning the Powerball.
Why even put that? You know what that is?
Wow.
That is a weatherman saying we got a 5% chance of severe storms tonight. It's probably just rain. And then when people call him out on social media, they're like, look, I said there was a 5% chance it was going to be in time.
So I nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
You did. I told you there was a chance. Still, scientists have about 2,000 plus years of orbits accurately mapped out. And the Earth is expected to... I like this.
Oh, no.
The Earth is expected to stay safe until the year 4479.
Oh,
okay.
So we're good.
We
are so good.
In 4479, though, it could come close enough to smash right into us. But even that is less than a 1 in a million chance.
Should I put that on the calendar?
You should.
Oh, you know what? I don't go to the year 4. Oh, it cuts off at the year
4468.
Shoot.
Dang it.
All the luck. Now we're going to get hit, and I'm not going to see it coming. Wasn't on my calendar.
That's incredible. I love that space stuff, though, because how do you really predict that in 4479 it's going to come within a million miles?
That's a bored. You know what? That is somebody who got a government grant that's bored, has to find something to do.
Yep.
And starts running the numbers.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We know.
Now we know. Now we know that, 2,000 plus years from now, somebody might have to worry. You would think in 2,000 plus years, we would have a defense system that could eliminate that threat.
You would hope so.
Wouldn't you think?
You would hope the president of Earth,
United Earth,
president of United
give
Earth,
her proper due,
would come up with some kind of plan.
Yeah. No, we're going to be too busy figuring out which gender should compete in which sport and ruining ourselves with Green New Deal and all that good stuff. We're not going to be worried about this stuff.
Speaking of ruining things, Joe Rogan has attempted to determine the last great comedy movie because he says that wokeness has ruined comedic movies.
I believe that.
Pretty much for all time.
It's ruined all of comedy.
And the last really good movie really funny movie, he thinks, was 2009's The Hangover.
That movie is...
Did you see it? You probably saw it. It was broadcast.
More than once.
Yeah, I bet.
I love that movie.
Oh, do you?
Oh, yeah. That's
so
really
it is funny.
It's kind of a big guy movie.
Yeah,
for
only
you.
fat people can watch it.
That's not what I mean, but it's no way, Pat.
Really?
Yeah, no, you can't.
Yeah, well, I'm not. It's rated R,
you
obviously.
Should, though, because it is really, really
Well,
funny.
I like all the participants in it. I like Bradley Cooper, great actor, really funny. Really funny.
Your boy Mike Tyson plays a great role.
Mike Tyson's in it?
Yeah, he plays a great role.
Did you not watch the trailer? The trailer.
Huh. I mean, I watched part of the trailer.
Okay.
Was it in...
Very end.
Okay.
Mike Tyson.
All right.
Mike Tyson.
No.
Hey, everybody, it's me, heavyweight champion of the world, Mike.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah, say this is my favorite part. Train monkey.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah.
Now air drum to Phil Collins in the air tonight.
It's really good because Mike's there to get his tiger back.
See it coming in the air tonight.
Mike, he doesn't.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, that's the director's cut, doesn't it? The deleted scene.
Really funny.
See it coming.
This is off topic, but do you remember the urban legends surrounding that song?
In the air tonight?
Phil Collins?
Yeah.
Supposedly, Phil Collins saw a murder happen.
Yes. Right.
From across the way. He was like across the bay from this person who drowned another person on purpose. And so what he did was, when he came to that person's hometown, sent him free tickets to the concert. And then the guy used those free tickets in the front row.
Nice.
And Phil Collins sang the song directly to him.
Busted.
Well,
yeah.
Really? Dude, I know who you are, and I know what you did.
And I can see it coming in the air tonight.
And did he point for the cops?
He
pointed. He's like,
this is the guy, and that's him.
And so
he's the one who did it.
He can't do that today though, because Phil's sitting in a chair.
Okay,
though.
we got it.
Oh no, honey,
Come
no.
on, don't be doing that.
Too soon.
No, he's sitting. What are you talking about? He's doing concerts. He's on his final tour.
He is,
but
yeah.
he's not
Wow.
moving around.
He's
He's not moving around.
He literally.
No, he's just.
he
sitting
sits
down
on
and
stage and
What happened to him? Do we know?
He's had plenty of a couple of back surgeries, and his arthritis won't let him play drums anymore. His son's playing drums. Yeah,
right.
His son is playing drums.
Unacceptable. Oh no, that's my boy Phil Collins. No sir. Me and Corby having words in about 60 seconds.
I love Phil Collins, but
Oh, who doesn't?
Dude.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
And that was one of my first. I
say
love
that
Genesis.
like you don't.
Man.
I was in radio during the Phil Collins
Wait,
years,
really?
and so I had more than my fill of Phil.
Oh
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean that.
Yeah.
Stop.
Awful. When you have to play that crap over and
you know what?
over and
As a
over.
musician, if you read, there's an article. I'll try to find it.
Now he's pointing his finger.
And now he's pointing his
Take this
finger.
serious.
If you see how he invented some of those sounds for, I think it was No Jacket Required. Anyway, you will.
I'll be a fan again.
You'll
Love him.
respect the man as a musician.
They've even filmed videos in this building.
You know, Phil Collins
Wow.
believes that he
So-
fought at the Alamo in a previous life, right? That's
No,
why
I
he.
did not
That's
know
why
that.
he went and bought all of the artifacts and then donated to the state of Texas because he thinks he was there.
Fantastic.
And there's still no respect.
Tell
over
that
here for-
story.
And he caught a murderer.
Tell that story at parties this weekend, and we'll see you Monday.
Gray. Only on the Blaze Radio Network.